Hi guys, hey friends, welcome to the new video. If you are new, subscribe, upload every day video. It's gonna help my channel. Check out my Patreon link in the description now. Today we're gonna create some engine to Starship very quickly using just two modifiers, of course. The same technique like we used in the previous tutorial, like I use. So, I'm in Blender very quickly. If you don't know how to navigate, go on the view navigation, work navigation, right click, assign shortcut. Shift F, power AD, you can travel. Shift F, power AD, as you can see. Now, select this cube by the left click, X and delete Shift A on the mesh. I'm gonna choose cylinder. I'm gonna rotate this cylinder, so RX90 and click enter. So select once again RX and 90 and click enter. Now, I'm gonna select this cylinder S and move the mouse to make it bigger, maybe something like this. I'm gonna rescale this in this direction, so SY to create something like this. Now, what next? I'm gonna add some loop cuts, so select this cylinder, click tab to go to the edit mode, controller, and this green line appears, and I can scroll the mouse. And how many loop cuts you gonna add? This is your choice. I'm gonna add maybe something like this, and left click, and once again left. I'm gonna click tab to go to the object mode, and this is for the modeling part. Select this cylinder, go right here on this modifiers tab, left click right here. I'm gonna add wireframe. This looks cool. Left click right here. I'm gonna add cast. Wee. And if I'm gonna just up this value right here, this gives me this kind of engine vibe. Don't tell me it's not look like engine. Maybe it doesn't look like engine, but it looks like engine, okay, for me. So basically, you can crop up the right here wireframe, and like I said, it's cool. Fucking this technique, it's cool because you can play around right here, dismiss some directions and create stupid shit. Yes, right here on this tab, you can choose different kind of as you can see on this cast modifier, different values. This give you different results as you can see. But as you can see, this looks kind of cool. So you can use this technique to create multiple objects. As you can see, some fucking engines to starships, or maybe even a starship. This looks like fucking starship for me. So basically, use those two modifiers. You can add another modifier. You can add right here left click, and you can add a screw modifier right here. And basically, if I'm gonna just add right here back again on the cast modifier circle, or the spheres one is spherical. As you can see, this just basically add this kind of engine vibe to it. You don't have to model in this stuff, extrude those faces or whatever. This just basically create those modifiers by itself. You just add cube, I'm sorry, cylinder, rotate, and add loop cuts, and add those three modifiers: wireframe, cast, and screw. You can play around on those three modifiers, like I said, as you can see. Uh, to basically, I can right here a little bit reshape this if I want. Yes, we let's go, let's go. Oh, let's go, let's go. So basically, you just combine those three modifiers, and you can create interesting shapes. Like I said, if you're gonna play around on the cast modifier, because this is important. So basically, I'm gonna delete the screw modifier, but you can add screw modifier to it. This basically just disturb my mesh, and if I'm gonna just play right here, yes, change this creates different directions, and you can play around on what kind of directions you want to create, because this is just cylinder, yes, but you can create, like I said, very simple engine, and you can play around right here on this how to say wireframe too. Yes, uh, my suggestion, just add screw, and you can add remesh modifier to it. I just showed this technique, yes, but you can add engines very quickly, yes, those kind of shapes, and you can add remesh, and you can play around on those stuff. It's fucking amazing. I just repeat myself in this tutorial, but I show you how you can create engine. Okay, just add cylinder and add loop cuts and those two modifiers, wireframe and cast, and you can add screw and play around, yes, on this stuff, as you can see. And what's cool about this technique, like I said, I can create multiple fucking shapes, shit, using this technique from the cylinder. Yes, cast a wireframe, cast remesh. You can play around on the remesh. Yes, right here. And what's cool about this, as you can see, uh, this give me this kind of circle shape is. Of course, if I'm gonna change now for the cubicle, it's gonna add different fucking values because the remesh is different. Yes. So I'll show you this technique, but I'll show you how you can create this. I'm gonna delete this. X and delete. Shift A on the mesh, choose cylinder, R90, enter, R, Y, A, I'm sorry. Select this S and move the mouse to make it bigger. And I'm gonna make it bigger in this direction. So S, Y, and move the mouse. Click tab to go to the edit mode controller. Scroll the mouse to add more loop cuts. Left click, click tab. Go on the modifiers tab, add wireframe. Oh shit. Wireframe, I'm sorry. And add cast modifier. And you just wanna bump this cast up. And you have your stupid kind of engine. You can use this for starship or whatever is part. You don't have to model in this stuff. And you can add screw, like I said, if you wanna have this kind of uh, parts, yes, cover, if that makes sense. And you can play around on the screw to make it bigger a little bit, yes, or whatever. You can play around with the cast, and like I said, if you want to create something different, delete the screw and add remesh. And what it's cool about this, you can place the remesh above the cast right here, and this is the fun time basically. So you just grab this remesh modifier, yes, you just add wireframe, cast, and remesh. Or maybe, I'm sorry, you just add wireframe, remesh, and cast. If you add remesh behind this, you just drag, as you can see, drag this. And you can place above and down below. My advice, add remesh above. Yes, as you can see, I can create fucking shit using this technique. So you can create different stuff, sci-fi shit. I love this stuff. As you can see, I can create butterfly or whatever. This is stupid. I know, guys, but I show you how you can create engine. Just add those two stuff, and you can create some engines, and you can play around, like I said, on this cast. This just deformed this stupid shit, this cylinder. So you can play around on this. As you can see, I can create those cubicle shape, yes, on this cast, and you can play around right here on the remesh to add more. As you can see, I can create some fucking starship. Let's go using, or maybe this looks like engine too. Don't tell me it doesn't. Yes, so to your starship, you just duplicate this and you have your engines or whatever it is. So once again, from cylinder, rotate the cylinder, add loop cuts, add wireframe if you want. As you can see, play around on the wireframe, add remesh if you want to create different shapes, and add cast. If you want to create the engine that I show you, just add wireframe and cast and just grab the up value. And basically you want to add the screw modifier too. I hope you get it. I explained, it's not that complicated, okay? If you are a beginner, you can create something crazy. You don't have to pay money for the models. You can create by yourself. As you can see, this is simple shapes, but it looks cool. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I need content on my channel, okay? I know I show you this technique on the cube. You can use this on the different shapes. And I show you how you can create those kind of engine part, yes, at the beginning. And you can play around on this stuff to create the different shapes, of course. Don't crop the rematch up, of course. Let's go. Thank you for watching, guys. This stupid tutorial. See you on the another one. Bye, guys.